What is going on, bottom line viewers? It's Mitch here with the one, the only Dilly Vanilli. He's got his sweet glasses on today. He's ready to go. I'm ready to go. Yesterday, I watched the greatest Royal Rumble with a couple of friends, Brett and Mike, who also joined us to WrestleMania 33 when we did go to that show. This was the first show, I guess. Well, we watched WrestleMania. Maybe just keep up to date with it. So we watched WrestleMania. I watched the Raw after Mania. But overall, guys, I haven't been paying attention to the product for quite some time. And it's been nice. It's been awesome. But then one day, I'm like, hey, Dylan, maybe we should well, first off, we get a lot of tweets. We get, DMs from a few guys and comments all the time. Why don't you guys review wrestling? Why aren't you reacting to this stuff? We need your reviews back. So what I do is I go to Dylan and I say, let's review an old pay-per-view. We go over to WWE The Shield. We review WrestleMania 18. A decent reception, right? Okay, I say, you know what? I'll do it for fun. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm going to put up a video on the Bottom Line View. And if this video on the Bottom Line View gets 50 likes, then we're going to do wrestling again. It gets more than 50 likes. So we're doing wrestling again. And I don't think it's not gonna be on this channel. We're just gonna do some promotion videos, like reviews and stuff, for a couple of weeks to get everybody aware of what's going on. So if you guys don't already know, go over to Bottom Line Wrestling and subscribe to that channel. But this is gonna be a review of the WWE's greatest Royal Rumble, and we're gonna try and keep it a little bit shorter. But just wanted to kind of clear it out and kind of give everybody the whereabouts of what's going on. So Bottom Line Wrestling is the new wrestling channel for the Bottom Line View. This channel will specifically be an NFL channel after a couple of weeks of doing some reviews so people are aware of what's going on. All right, Dilly Vanilli, give the people your story. What's going on with you in terms of wrestling?
Yeah, ever since we decided we were not going to be reviewing wrestling, it's been refreshing, honestly. I've even stopped recording Raw on the DVR. My mom was very happy about that. But then I was like, all right, I miss watching every once in a while, catch a couple segments, but I haven't been keeping up with the product for the most part, except for when I look on Instagram and Twitter, because I still follow people that do watch it. So that's basically my interpretation of it. And then, like you said, we did the WrestleMania 18 review. It was a lot of fun. And of course, you guys liked it. And then the video, the likes video, the controversy of the likes video, I was surprised, very shocked to see it.
I thought it was WWE Boy on 52 different accounts liking it, but I guess it wasn't. So what's going on, guys, in the live chat? Let us know what's going on. Let us know if you guys are still watching the product. What's your favorite things on the product right now? What do you think we should be paying attention to as we're coming back and watching the shows? So the greatest Royal Rumble. And before we get into the show, I do want to say we are coming back to doing wrestling reviews because there are a lot of people out there that do wrestling reviews, but they don't do it the way I do. They don't do it the way Dylan does. We're not going to be having a stopwatch while watching the show and giving you the exact 15 minutes and 24 seconds. We are not going to be telling you how the wrestler should be doing their moves in the ring because we have never done the wrestling moves in the ring. We are going to be approaching it from a different way, a different view, and we are going to be approaching it the way that we have been, and we're going to be approaching it not only from a fan perspective, but just at looking more of the as TV viewers and looking at it from a TV perspective and saying, okay, this storyline makes sense. Why is this character doing this? What's his motivations for doing that? And what should they be doing? So that's the way we're going to be looking at it. No stopwatches needed. No notes needed. Nothing like that. We're just going to react and review. All right. So let's get into the greatest Royal Rumble, which was a show in Saudi Arabia. And it was a lot of money that the WWE made for the show, approximately like $100 to $200 million.
It's insane
that they made for the show. Ridiculous. So I understand why they did it. Also, big news. This was not as much controversy around this as I expected. No women on the show, Dilly Vanilli. I think that's the way we should start it off.
Okay, I heard a lot of people talk about this. Maybe it was just because there was the backlash of it. But I want to counteract with this, right? If you see a business opportunity that makes this much amount of money, I'm taking it. I'm sorry. You can call it selling it out or whatever, and I feel bad for the women that didn't get it. But first of all, they got pay raises for not attending the show. And second, it's the country's belief. They were barely allowed to drive 2 months ago. So I don't really see the big deal about it. It wasn't like it was WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia where they couldn't get paid. So sorry.
Yeah, the only reason they weren't there is because of the country. It's because of the political stance with women and where women are at in that country. It's a lot different from where they're at in North America. So I understand why they did it. I also feel like it is a bit hypocritical in a way, though, where the way that they are pushing on a weekly basis the women's revolution, the way that they have had Ronda Rousey on their show. It's a little hypocritical in a way. And that's just, I just got to be honest. I know you're making $200 million. That's fair enough. And I understand that, but it is hypocritical in a way to not bring women and not try and, I don't know how they would react to women's wrestling. I really don't know. And maybe if it was a great match, maybe if they did something really special and had Charlotte and Ronda on the show, maybe it would be, a big moment, but I'm not sure. It just seems like WWE is very conservative nowadays. They don't do anything outside the box, and they just stay. That's why their business model is successful year in, year out, and that's why they make money, is because they don't do anything. And that's why they're not also extremely successful, is because they're in that same lane. They're never going to cross the line and do something different. They're just going to stay where they're at, and that's the way that they want to do it. So that's the way they want to do it. Dylan, overall, what did you think of this show?
Going into it, I had some decent expectations. They were building this card up pretty well in terms of what matches were going to be shown and why you should watch it on the middle of the Friday. Overall, I had a lot of fun. I was watching it with one of my buddies. It didn't drag nearly as much as WrestleMania did. Maybe it's because I actually had some pause time. But all things considered, I think the show flowed better. It was a good show. Nothing a lot to write about, but still a fun show to watch and go back and see some good matches, some good moments, a good winner in the main event. So I had fun. There's going to be some complaints, but it's not nearly as negative.
Okay. All right. Well, let's start it off with the opening match, which was John Cena versus Triple H, which was interesting that it was the opening match. But this match obviously has no stakes to it. It has no storyline because it's just for the show. And it's interesting that I guess Triple H came back not only for WrestleMania, but also to do this match as well. And always, I don't think Cena and Triple H have had great matches in the past. But whenever you have two big names like this, I think it's always something worth looking forward to in a way. But the match to me was sort of boring. I didn't love it overall. Just for a while now, it seems like Cena, and I really felt like a couple years ago, Cena was just, again, and I'm not trying to critique his wrestling or anything, but it just seems like Cena is sort of done with wrestling. I don't know. I just feel like he's got his shtick out. I think he needs to move on. I think he's done with it. And just to me in this match, it was kind of lackadaisical and just kind of very slow. And it wasn't in a positive fashion. It wasn't to get over a story. It wasn't to put over a certain thing that they were going for in a match. It just seemed very kind of slow and dull to me. But that's kind of just the overview of the match to me. It was nice seeing those two guys in the ring, I guess, and facing each other. It kind of brought back a little bit of memories, but overall, I think Cena needs to move on. I think he needs to go to movies now. And I think Triple H, he's still got it. I think he still can wrestle for a number of years in different situations, SummerSlams and WrestleManias and stuff. But this match, it didn't mean much because there was nothing really to get invested into.
I understand the reasoning for this match. Obviously, John Cena, Triple H, two of the bigger names of the last decade or so. Of course, going into that new audience in Saudi Arabia, want to get some, people to be like, oh, John Cena, Triple H, I know those guys. Definitely want to be at that kind of show. So I understand why they had it. I'm kind of confused why it was first, but then again, it had no real storyline impact on it. So maybe that was the reason for it. Overall, it's just one of those typical Triple H matches. It kind of builds in a very slow beginning, a little bit towards the middle, it starts to pick up. They were playing to the crowd a lot. Of course, you could see it with the You Can't See.
Yeah, and that's something that, just to bring up right here at the start, is just, this is basically a house show. Like, it's a big house show. So like what they were doing was they were playing to the crowd in the audience more than they were the crowd at home, which is not what you're supposed to do in a traditional TV sense on Raw or on a WrestleMania show. But in this sense, the whole goal was to get the matches over to the audience in the arena.
Yeah, and in this particular match where there's no storyline involved and these guys aren't going to be wrestling again, it kind of worked what they were trying to get. Of course, like you said, the nostalgia kind of kicked in a little bit. We've seen these guys. This is only the third time they've ever actually wrestled on a one-on-one pay-per-view setting. Yeah, not this is pay-per-view. WrestleMania 22, which we hate, and Night of Champions 2008. So
I hate the show. I don't like the match.
We hate the match. No, the show's great. But anyways, so yeah, they have an interesting dynamic between the two. It's a little bit slow. And then it picks up towards the end. I thought it was a decent opener. Brought back some memories. It wasn't the greatest match in the world, but I was kind of surprised that Cena won. And, Triple H.
I wasn't at all.
I was, only because I've seen Triple H lose so many times over the last couple of years. You thought on a match or a show like this, it wouldn't really matter. Plus, with the Cena thing that they've been doing, with the Taker stuff.
If they wanted to build a storyline towards Cena losing, then maybe that would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But like, to me, again, you have to think about it in terms of, it's a house show. I know it's a very big house show. It's a house show. Faces go over at house shows. Yeah, Triple H puts guys over all the time. It's Cena. A lot of people like Cena across the world. I know not a lot of people in America do, but across the world. So, the face is going to go over. And I thought that's why this match also went first, because it was very predictable to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think only one heel team, actually, one heel person won their matches this week, or on the show, so it makes sense.
Okay, let's get to some of the comments, and then we'll move on to the next match. So we'll just go match comments. Okay. Zay Corleone says, "What's up, boy?" And how you pronounce my name is Corleone. You don't think I know that, bro? Come on.
Hey, some people, you know.
Killum Boy says, "What's up, Mitchie? What's up, Dylan?"
What's on?
Katana says, "Yeah, wrestling is back. I thought the opener was decent, nothing groundbreaking." WWE Boy says, "Going into the show, I didn't give a what about the story. I was just hoping for a good show. Although I will say, during the matches, I pretty much was able to predict every outcome." Okay. Killum Boy says, "Mitch, what do you mean Triple H and Cena have never had great matches in the past? I do not agree. I just didn't like the WrestleMania 22 match, and I don't remember exactly. I'm pretty sure I've seen their other match, but I don't remember exactly like what pay-per-view or show it was. I just don't like the mixture of the two wrestlers. I don't know. It's just me, but I don't really care otherwise. If the storyline's fine, then I don't care too much." Katana says, "Are we going to get a Marky Mark appearance today?" No, probably not. I think Marky Mark is actually he's really, really building up his return. But he said he's not ready yet.
Oh, yeah.
Rip Bad Boy says, "Predictable show." Katana said the mixed tag match at WrestleMania this year was fun to watch. Yeah, that was the best match on the show, in my opinion. Agreed. Okay, let's get to the Cruiserweight Championship match, which I skipped completely. I do not care for this. I do not care for this division. This division sucks. It's sucked from the beginning. Cedric Alexander, I think he is a fun wrestler to watch at times, but he really doesn't have any charisma. And Kalisto, I could give like less than 2 shits about.
Okay, good. I like that. I was going to say 2 shits. You give 1 shit. Okay.
1 shit. Maybe. No, half a shit.
Is that your ratings? Is that
yes.
I gave 5 shits for this match. No, okay. So I did watch this match. It was fast paced. Their whole goal was to like show this audience, this different country, like, hey, look at this. This is something different. Which I guess it worked for that crowd. I mean,
the cruiserweights are supposed to be that. They've always, from the inception, from the very start of the cruiserweights, they were always supposed to be that difference in style of wrestling. The problem with cruiserweights today is that everybody does the same style. so it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
They don't have the same effect.
Yeah.
Right?
They pull out like one or two different moves, and they're like, "Oh shit!" But then it's like, well, it's 2018. Everybody does most of these moves, so it's difficult over and all that.
And that's also, in my opinion, an issue with the main event scene. But yeah, it is what it is. Moving on, Woken Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy defeat Cesaro and Sheamus to become the new Raw Tag Team Champions. Dylan, what do you think of the new tag team of Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt?
I'm sorry, it does nothing for me. I cannot. It doesn't excite me as much as I want it to, because I feel like they're lacking in terms of what they can do with this team. It's like, Jeff Hardy, he's the United States champion. He's, having a singles run in SmackDown that's successful. Here, it's like Matt Hardy's just being consistently the same, and there's nothing different to it. In TNA, he got to write all this kind of stuff. Maybe that's the reason, but I'm not feeling it, man. Not feeling it.
Yeah, so far, I just think from the beginning of it, it's a great idea. It's a great idea on paper.
Yeah.
They just can't execute what they need to execute for it to get over. I mean, it's a cool idea. It's two characters that would mesh really well. You can do 1,000 different things off of this tag team. But they're not going to do one single thing off this tag team. They're just going to have them roll in there, do some matches, and that's not what their strength is. Their strength would be crazy, cool, different storylines, great promos, and all the different things you could do with Bray Wyatt in the world of Matt Hardy. And they're overall just not going to go there. Yeah. So it's not going to be exciting. I mean, I love Bray Wyatt. I love Matt Hardy. And it seems cool as a tag team. But again, they're not going to do anything with it because they just don't. I mean, the creative side of this company right now is just in the shits. So I don't really know what to say. It's just bad. So overall, though, the match was fine. And I guess the titles went on the right team.
Yes.
Moving on, the United States Championship match, Jeff Hardy defeated Jinder Mahal, which was a very easy decision because obviously Jeff Hardy is on SmackDown, Jinder Mahal is on Raw. Jeff Hardy, Dylan, how do you feel about Jeff Hardy right now?
Here's the thing. I like Jeff Hardy. I wanted him to have a singles run with some kind of title, right? The thing is that there's no storyline. Like there's nothing yet. I mean, they're picking up steam with the Shelton Benjamin Randy Orton thing. I don't know if you've seen that, but it just seems like they know Jeff Hardy can be successful. He's very, the crowd loves him, but there's nothing to add to his mystique. There's not an extra level to it. So while I say that I'm happy that he is United States champion and I want to see him have a good feud, he hasn't had anything extra to add on top of that. That's what I think for it.
Yeah, I don't know if I love that Jeff Hardy is back as like just normal Jeff Hardy. I feel like Brother Nero,
better than him being with Matt. Honestly, I think it's better than him being with Matt.
I just don't think I want to see something different from the character of Jeff Hardy. Like I feel like I've seen the same Jeff Hardy in WWE since 2002. Like I want to see him do something different. I just want to see him expand his character. That's just what I'm thinking. Like he's just the same guy. Like he's a great wrestler. He's still one of my favorite guys to watch because he's very exciting and stuff. And obviously, love the entrance, everything about him. But I just want to see more from the character of Jeff Hardy. And then Jinder Mahal, I think, is a great guy, a great talent. But they kind of after the first couple of weeks of him being WWE champion, they just completely let go of what made him pretty cool. Overall, I like his promos. I think that this feud, if it had something to it, would be interesting. But now it seems like Jinder is on a different show than Jeff, so they're just going to move on from that. We'll see what happens with Jeff going forward. But overall, again, the mid-card, nothing really is put effort into other than the main event. So it's hard to really get invested.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like Jeff. Like I said, I'm hoping something gets added to it. There's a couple of guys on this roster that have been there forever that need to change something up.
SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Bludgeon Brothers defeated the Usos. So this is our first review, actually, watching the Bludgeon Brothers now because it's not Rowan and Harper. But what do you think of what they repackaged them as?
Well, in terms of this match, I did not watch it because I was bored of it, which could be an implication as to how I feel about these guys. But I like Luke Harper. I think he's solid. I like that they're partnering. You know, they wanted to give this team another chance, and they're booking them well. They're booking them as dominant heels with credible wins against the Usos, the New Day. So overall, good start. I can't really care about them, which also is kind of a problem. But
yeah, this match was sort of a squash, as WWE Boy says in the chat. It was just a very short match, nothing really to care much for. It was just basically, again, increasing the stock of the Bludgeon Brothers. But to me, the Bludgeon Brothers, it's a tag team. It's not 2018. I mean, it's just an old gimmick. I don't understand how this gimmick works right now. In the current society, but I love both guys. I think Rowan has a unique look, and I think he's a decent wrestler. But I always really liked Luke Harper. But just look at what they're wearing.
It's very tacky.
It's extremely tacky, cheesy, just very underwhelming. I mean, they're supposed to be monsters, but they're wearing these dorky outfits, and I don't know. I feel like they failed these guys so badly that it's hard to really get them over to me now. They should have been the Wyatt family should have been something huge, and it's just.
But it's also weird because every Wyatt won a match last night. It's weird.
Yeah,
they should have different kind of.
I don't know. I would have given them a different gimmick at least, or something, or maybe play off the Wyatt, maybe an evolution of the Wyatt family, or maybe a gimmick of what they were before Bray Wyatt took them in, or something. I don't know, something different from what this is. I don't even know what this has to do with what they were previously.
Nothing.
It's just dumb. I don't know, and it's old fashioned, and it doesn't make sense to me. Okay, I love the Usos though. But I've heard what they're doing with the Usos is they have Naomi come out and twerk every show.
They gave a distraction to beat them up. Yeah, that was 5 stars.
Oh, cool. All right, next we have the Intercontinental Championship match. Seth Rollins versus The Miz versus Finn Bálor and Samoa Joe. Seth Rollins goes over. First, do you think this was the right guy that should have won, and what did you think of the match?
Yes, I agree. It was the right person to win. I think it was actually a pretty good match. I would say it's the best match of the night. Of course, ladder matches. I mean, they had a bunch of gimmick matches on the show. Ladder match, casket, steel cage, Royal Rumble. So they were trying to get that kind of special factor for it. And these are 4 guys that are going to bring that kind of match to its best of its ability. And it had some pretty good spots. All 4 of these guys are really good in different ways. Seth Rollins, they're building up. They're trying to save him from his terrible 2017. He had that great win against Triple H, but then after that did absolutely jack.
Do you know what he's been doing recently? Because every time I see Seth Rollins, he's just the extremely cheesy baby face.
Well, he's been feuding. Basically, it's been this triple threat thing with him, Bálor, and Miz. Obviously with the match at 34, but I know that they're trying to build him up and back as this Iron Man, he can. It's more that worker kind of thing, which I know you're not going to like, but they did that long gauntlet match, earlier on in the year. They were trying to build him back up to some kind of relevancy as the babyface that he should have been when he came back from his injury. That's, I think, what they're trying to do. They're trying to resurrect.
I just think he's too cheesy as a babyface. He doesn't have a character with it. It's just him talking about how much he loves the fans every night.
I think it's getting better. I mean, it's from the few segments that I've seen since he's been the IC champion. I think it's getting better than what it was right after he won against Triple H, because he had that feud with with Bray Wyatt. He just wasn't very good. I think this time around they're trying to build him up as a top player. And considering that the Universal Championship is around once every month, they're trying to build that title back up as not back up because the Miz is great, but they're trying to build that title as this is the title that you really want. So I had no problems with this match. I thought it was fun. Great ending. I like the ending of this match.
Yeah, I thought this was a decent match. It was enjoyable at least. And the Miz, I wanted the Miz to win, but obviously he wasn't going to win. Because he's going to be feuding with Daniel Bryan, and I think that's going to be the best thing on TV for this.
That'll be great
for this company going forward, as long as they do things that were similar to what they were doing last year. Finn Balor, you know, what do you think of Finn Balor and the whole, like, I don't know what to call it.
I'm so lost with this character.
Yeah, I don't know what he is. Like, he completely pretty much gotten rid of the demon character. Like, we haven't seen him in a long time. He rather comes out in black shorts or he comes out as gay pride guy. So, like, I don't know if he's like I don't understand from the WrestleMania perspective. If you were going to push this guy as the guy that's like all for, you know, he's the representation of the gay community. Why didn't he win the WrestleMania match?
Why does he have this character to begin with? Is my question.
My question is he gay? Because if he was gay, it would be better. Why wouldn't you just tell them?
See, it would be
a promoting like this guy is gay, and then the gay community, maybe they would look at him as somebody that they can relate to.
And it wouldn't be as forced as like you would think it would be. Like when you think of a gay character in like this company, you expect like I'm sorry, that's just how this company's been built for decades.
And I have no idea whether he's gay or not, but why does he have this character if he is not gay?
I don't know. What, are they gonna build to this? Like, is it gonna
and if he is not gay, then what does he do? Like, what does his character do? Go around telling people about gay rights?
Well, then
I don't get it.
Why get this and scrap the demon? Like, what do you get it? What are you benefiting from it? Is my question. Like, there's just so many weird things about it that I don't understand. But he didn't even come out to that this week. He didn't come out to this show because of the Saudi Arabia issue. But,
well, obviously, but
yeah, and it's just like, why? Until they do it. If they do it, great. Like, it could be something. But
or he could just be gay on TV.
Yeah.
Like, is that not okay? It's a TV show.
No, it's fine. I'm not discrediting the fact that he should be getting this character. It's just, does he have this character? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's too caught in between.
Right now, it's like Finn Balor's for everybody.
And I have one more thing. Can Samoa Joe like get new shorts?
I thought you were gonna say, can he lose some weight?
Well, that too. But can he does he have to? He's been wearing these shorts since 1999. Like, can he get new shorts?
I don't have a problem with the shorts. Can he? I mean, he has one forever, but
okay. Decent match. Couple problems with their characters. Miz is great, and that's all really.
I cannot wait for that feud later this year. That Daniel Bryan Miz feud.
Okay, this was one of the best parts of the show. We have the greatest of all time.
Yes.
The GOAT, Daivaris. And I even sent the video to Jake, and he marked out. Daivaris comes out with his brother. Daivaris, the great Daivaris. The GOAT, Daivaris. And they have this segment with these four guys, which one of them is like the next Saudi Arabian Rock. Like, he had like the hair, and he was like taking the microphone, and he was doing the whole thing. And then there was a couple other guys in the ring, and then they beat the crap out of the greatest of all time. So that's how you put guys over. You put the greatest of all time in there. But you know what? You know what was crazy though? Daivaris was in that segment for like, how long was the segment? Like 5 minutes?
5.
And he was better than any wrestler I've seen in the past year in terms of his presence in the ring.
He's not. Like, here's the thing. He's not a built guy. Like, he's not that big. Like, he has like a
but he's so good. Like, this isn't even a joke. Like, he's so good at heel. Like, he's just so good as a heel.
Crowd. This was the biggest heel heat of the night. Like, because of the countries and stuff. But it was good because the way he cut it was just like.
And like you could kind of see that he was like showing his brother like what to do. Like, he was like going around like pointing at the crowd, like getting on the top rope and like going at him. Daivaris was great. I loved it.
He was fantastic. Give it up for Sean Daivaris. I love it. It made me mark because I'm like, oh no way. I mean, I was on pause. I didn't even look at Twitter because I was like 2 hours behind.
I didn't even know this. When he came out, I was freaking out. Brett started laughing. It was pretty good.
Love it.
All right. That was a good segment. I enjoyed it. Next, we had AJ Styles versus Shinsuke, new entrance theme, Nakamura.
I gotta say this first off the bat. I'm liking this heel turn. It is something that they're giving to Nakamura for fans to care. That's at least something more than
it was the right move.
Yeah,
but I have a question. Should AJ Styles just wear a cup to the ring like from now on? Like he should not go to the ring without a jock on.
He has to at this point. What is this like? Every match, like the build to this match was, yeah, he's doing it at house shows. He's doing it everywhere. God, figure a way to leave the house with one, please.
So yeah, he should just wear a jock. This match has totally disappointed everybody. And it's actually, this is the match like at WrestleMania that you can just tell these marks, these people that love Shinsuke AJ Styles, that love that match from Japan, they would not criticize the match that they had at WrestleMania whatsoever, even though it was a boring match.
It was boring.
But if this was two other wrestlers that they didn't like, they would say it was the worst match ever.
Yeah. I will say, I think this match was better. I think it
was a little bit better, but honestly, I just can't get invested into it. And by the way, talking about that entrance theme, did you hear the entrance theme?
I've heard it once or twice, yeah.
Okay, Brett said the reason was they did this, and it makes sense, that they did this because they didn't want people singing the theme song because he's a heel.
That makes sense, because it's in Japanese, yeah.
Yeah, which makes sense, right? But I think it's like bad. Like, I don't know. I couldn't tell if it was rap or it was like metal or like, I don't know what.
It was some kind of weird mix. But also, they were fans were also humming the regular song, like the original too. So
yeah,
I get why they did it. I mean, it's not very good, but I get why they did it.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to get used to it. But
yeah, I thought this was a decent match. I mean, again, people in New Japan are gonna be like, man, that match at Wrestle Kingdom was like the greatest of all time. If they don't give me that, WWE is holding them back. Well, no, it's because they're actually telling a story. Like, I mean,
and people wanted this match to be the main event at WrestleMania.
I don't understand that. These are AJ Styles is great and Shinsuke's whatever, but I mean, why did people think this should have been the main event? Makes no sense. But I like the finish because they're not going to end this feud here. They're going to probably end it at Backlash with Shinsuke winning. It is what it is, but I like the finish.
Okay, The Undertaker versus Rusev Day in a casket match. This was a fun match. I enjoyed this match.
I enjoyed it, but I still have so many questions. I hate to rag on the show more than I thought I was going to because I like some of this part of the show. But why is The Undertaker still wrestling?
Yeah, I know. I don't know either.
Did WrestleMania 33 mean
that was me, Mike, and Brett were sitting around the TV, and we're like, that was what we were wondering the whole match. Like, we're like, why is he wrestling? Like, why is he wrestling? By the way, we still seen his last loss that he's had. Just putting that out there.
That is true.
But like I just don't understand it. And he comes in and he has like the hair, even though like half of it is fake.
Yes.
And like, what's the point? I don't
like it hurts me every time he gets in the ring because I'm like, what? First of all, this is the second moment that has been ruined from WrestleMania 33. The John Cena Nikki Bella marriage thing isn't anymore. But also, Raw 25, where he's like, oh, yeah.
And he looked like he hated that.
Yeah. It was like, it looked like he was defeated at that point. And then we got this weird feud with John Cena where they had a, 3-minute match. And then here we are now against Rusev.
And Saudi Arabia popped for Undertaker.
Huge. Oh, they were hot for Undertaker. They were hot. Had they not done the WrestleMania 33 angle, I would have loved it because the people were going nuts. They were happy about it. And I did enjoy this match quite a bit. It felt like an old school, we know where Taker's here at. You know, he's doing a casket match. But it
was fun. I liked it.
Yeah.
And Rusev was good.
Rusev's amazing, by the way. He should be getting opportunities. I don't understand with this company. But also, I heard he's going to be I've heard reports. Again, can you trust him? I don't know. I've heard that they might be having him in 4 or 5 more matches this year. Which why?
Like, I just is Undertaker wanting this, or is this Vince just paying him a lot of money?
It has to be Vince.
I don't know what this is.
Because, like, this is the only company in the world, even Disney, right, that would be like, what happens after Happily Ever After?
This is like asking Robert Downey Jr. at 75 years old to play Iron Man.
I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like Undertaker would be like, no. Like, I don't want.
Yeah, I do think, like, Undertaker to me kind of screams like that old-fashioned, old-school guy where he wants to go out the right way. And from what I've heard, maybe he didn't enjoy his match with Roman Reigns, didn't think it was the right way to go out. But still, like, can you not realize that you're not the same guy? And can you not realize that you should not be doing this anymore?
Well, and also, like, a wrestler's code is like, I'm going to lose my last match.
Exactly.
Who it is. So Roman, even if it wasn't the greatest match in the world, still put over Roman. The heel heat that he got.
And then also, why wouldn't he just say, I don't want to wrestle Roman if he... Like, if it was really the quality of the match is why he's mad, because that's apparently what it is. Like, he was mad about how he performed in his last match. What makes you think it's going to be better the next 3 times?
He got a concussion from Brock Lesnar like 3 WrestleManias before that. Like, he was in terrible shape.
Especially against, like, Cena or, like, someone like that who's not as good of a worker as Reigns is.
The only reason I was even remotely okay with him doing the Cena match was because they always wanted to do that match at Mania. But then we saw the outcome of it, and I'm like, why?
And there was no build either.
Yeah. It was answer.
It was basically like it was a squash match, but it was basically just, like, there to see the Undertaker.
Yeah. I mean, even if you're the Undertaker and didn't like the last match, you've had 26 years, you're even more if you take out his WWE stuff, of matches that you're like, well, that was amazing. That was incredible. Yada, yada, yada. Like, really? You're going to be mad about that? I don't know. But in terms of this match, because we're supposed to rate the show, I thought it was fun. Had some good moments, and I hope Rusev, God bless him, I hope he gets over with WWE.
He's over.
He's over with the crowd. I hope they give him something, please.
Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns in a steel cage match. Brock won. Again.
I'm done with this feud. If anything else, I've seen all the matches that he could possibly give me.
I'm done with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. He doesn't provide anything anymore. And that's saying something because I wanted... like.
And I'm especially done with your boy Paul Heyman. I could not stand Paul Heyman.
He doesn't do anything.
Bro, he comes out and he does the same promo every single time. And he looks even worse now. He's like probably 100 more pounds since I last saw him. And geez, like Brock, just the same match every time. It's like 18 finishers. And then like, I don't know.
Like the match was good.
Finish. Like it was exactly like Goldberg speared Russo through the cage. But
it was the Rusev finish, yeah. I was thinking the Braun Strowman's Big Show match they had last year.
Yeah.
Breaking.
But yeah, it was an okay match, I guess. But it was just the same thing we've seen so many times from the Lesnar angle that like I just can't. It's just not cool and like to see Lesnar at this point.
Well, and then you know what this means? We're gonna have to have this match again. It's like what is being brought to the table that wasn't brought the first time, the second time.
And this is WWE's lack of recognition to change or develop characters.
Yeah.
Like, this has been the same guy since he's come back. We don't know anything new about him whatsoever.
Well, and also the lack of pulling a trigger for Roman. It's like,
yeah. Like, are you pushing him or not? Because it just makes people hate him more. To be honest.
Because then they know, hey, we got another match coming with Roman in the main event. Like,
can we just not put him over strong then? Like, nobody's getting over in this sense.
I thought they weren't going to do it here because I thought about this. I'm like, why are they going to push Roman? Why are they going to have him win his big title match in a different country at a time where people are going to have to get off work and take off work, which not many people did, or are still in school. And it's at like, what, 4 p.m.? Like, it just wasn't going to work here because then it wouldn't get over in America. But I don't care. I don't care for this feud anymore. Give me something different. This Universal title reign has been a disaster ever since the Mania 33 win. So,
yeah,
I'm done with it.
Braun Strowman wins the 50-man Greatest Royal Rumble to become the wacky Greatest Royal Rumble champion.
Wacky.
Why is he? What is he going to defend the belt?
No, I think that's just a compensation because they gave him a trophy. Like that was what you got before.
And a belt.
I didn't even hear about the belt until I saw it on the pay-per-view. So
the match was I thought
it was fun. I thought it was
fun. It was too long.
I didn't think it dragged nearly as much. Maybe it's because I think the time was 60 seconds and not 90 seconds like it usually is. Maybe that's just me. I think that adds up more, but I thought it was fun.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan's chest became like a I don't even know. It was gross. Like, and they make Daniel Bryan, who's been back for like a month, be in there for like 2 hours.
This is what I told my buddy. I'm like, bro, they must have really cleared him because he went out there for the whole match. Was the third to last person or the second to last person out, and Jesus. But I mean, he didn't take too many crazy bumps on this show. He just chopped the shit out of Hornswoggle coming back. That was
I popped for that.
I was like,
I wanted him to do the toad splash,
the tadpole splash,
splash. I wanted to see that, bro. He went up to the top rope and they just threw him out, and I was so mad.
Braun Strowman choke slamming Shane McMahon was insane. That was a great spot.
Why was Shane in the match? What? Like, stupid.
That was I didn't get it. I didn't get it.
Like, he's just trying to kill himself.
He just wants to take spots. He's like, match? Oh, it's a Royal Rumble. I have to get eliminated.
Braun, this guy can throw me like across the arena. Why don't I do that?
Somebody in the back is like, there's no way you can take an extreme spot in this match. He's like, I'm going to find a way. I will find a way to do it. And he's like, Braun, table, done. I mean, I was great. It was one of my favorite spots in the match.
Okay, Rey Mysterio, they need to sign right away. This guy is in outstanding shape.
Who is?
Rey Mysterio.
Oh, he was great in this match.
Well, he was amazing in the Royal Rumble, like the real Royal Rumble in January. And in this match, he was good too. Like, he looks fantastic. He looks better than he did like 5 years ago.
Yeah, I knew he got injured in the middle between Rumble and Mania, so I don't know if he was going to do something then. But right now, definitely sign him.
Especially for the Cruiserweight division, if you want any chance of getting this thing over.
Yeah. Because people will care. People will care if he's in the Cruiserweight division. They'll be like, oh, it's Rey Mysterio. Cool. We'll get to see him
for at least a bit, but you need to develop it.
Oh, for sure. And even if you don't want to use him then, there's still other places he could have great feuds with.
Yeah.
But we need to talk about the spot. We got to talk.
Wait. The sumo wrestler was pretty cool. Enjoyed it.
It was so random though. I was like,
who the is this guy on the roster? Like,
well, then they had that other big guy from NXT. What was his name? Like Baba Tunde or whatever.
Yeah.
Above Braun Strowman. That was impressive. I'll give him that.
I didn't like the way that they just threw him out though.
I know. They were just like, here you go. You had enough spots. I don't know. That was kind of odd. But wait a minute. We got Great Khali. That was
that was good, even though Khali chopped everyone. Brett popped for that big time.
I was like, are we getting a brain chop? Yes.
And that was the most devastating move ever in 06. But
it broke the Undertaker. He pinned him with his foot. That's how devastating that was.
Okay, the spot. The greatest part of the show. Okay, we literally we didn't know when he was coming out. So every time we're like, Titus! Like, because we knew that's one spoiler. And we're like, when's Titus coming out? When's Titus coming out? And they showed this replay like 6 times on the show. Hilarious. And like, Corey Graves was trying not to laugh. And the funniest thing was that his whole body, this guy's 6 foot like Seth, his whole body went under the ring. Like, you couldn't see his legs. Like,
you couldn't see anything
from the ramp all the way under the ring.
My experience with this was I didn't know this spoiler, so we made it even better. So we got through this.
I don't know. It was pretty good knowing it because you were just waiting for it the whole time.
So I turned like for a second to look at something else, and these guys were dying laughing. So I went back 30 seconds, and they didn't show it at first, but then they showed the replay, and I'm like, oh my god, because his foot, like his left foot, was the only thing not out of the entire frame. I don't even know how he did it. And then
And then
dying.
I thought it would have been hilarious if he just like got from under the ring and just walked back. And he's like, I'm not doing it. Like he just walks back. But he gets in the ring
and he starts killing people. He fucking destroys people. He's ticked off. What I thought he should have done, he should have gone to the other side of the ring. It would have been like some kind of tactic. Like, yeah.
He should have went under the ring, gotten up, got over the ropes, and then threw himself over the ropes by himself.
This isn't even the first time he's tripped. That's like I've seen him with the keg in like NXT, fell over and on it.
Oh my god, bro! But that was the MVP. That was the best moment of the show for sure, no doubt.
And then I thought about this too. What if it had been the Raw ring? Because you know how they have like the LED screens? He would have fucking killed himself.
That's true. No, wait, they have two sides that are open.
The side that he would have ran into was the LED board, though.
Okay. I don't know exactly.
He would have killed himself. But it was hilarious.
And apparently Vince popped huge for it, I bet.
That's why he asked for so many replays. He's like, if he's dying laughing, he's like, put it on the screen.
Oh god!
Titus, you made yourself a star. You're worldwide now. You're Titus.
Yeah, and if they were smart, they would make this into a gimmick,
like they did with what was that dude?
Or like a storyline, like he has to redeem himself for it.
What was that dude from the invasion angle? He just kept running into walls. Like that was his only thing in the invasion. Like,
yeah, they should definitely do that.
I would love it.
All right, Braun Strowman wins. You think it was the right guy to win?
Absolutely. They have been. After the tag team fiasco at Mania, they were like, well, we got to get something big on Braun Strowman. So good call here. Obviously, one of the bigger guys they want to push. I feel like they're pushing him more than Roman, honestly.
Yeah, but it's been so on and off. I mean, it's hard to get – again, it's hard to get invested with anyone on the roster. The way that they 50-50 book everybody,
yeah,
it's just like so brutal. But let's give our, I guess, scores out of 10. And – did we like it? Did we not like it? Was it worth watching? And then we'll look at the comments.
Okay. This is a weird show to grade because I had a lot of fun, but then I've been on here for the last 50 minutes not liking it. So I'm going to go with 6 out of 10. I still had some fun moments about it. Some good matches, as I can hear Mitch's dogs. Love it. I still had some fun watching some good matches. You know, the opener was entertaining in the sense of the nostalgia factor, and there was some pretty good stuff. Undertaker, Rusev, Greatest Royal Rumble, I thought was a lot of fun. But looking at it in terms of a storyline impact, it was kind of weak. And also just looking at the characters, since we haven't seen them in a couple months, might damage our thoughts on it a little bit more. But it is what it is. It's not the biggest show in the world. If it was Mania, I probably would critique it a little bit even more harder. So all things considered and the enjoyment level, I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay, for me, just going through the show, I thought that the Undertaker and the Rusev was a bright spot. The Royal Rumble was a bright spot, I guess, just because of some of the people that came in and some of the things that happened. Titus O'Neil gives this show at least 3 out of 10.
Oh, for sure.
Then you have the ladder match, which I thought was decent. And other than that, I mean, I didn't really care for the show. I just thought a lot of it was dull, boring, kind of no stakes, no reason really to care. I would probably give it like a 4.5 or a 5 out of 10. But Titus gives it 3. So, but I mean, for a house show, it's a good house show. Yeah. So that's what you got to say. We'll be back though. Are we going to be doing Raw this week?
I think we'll start off with Raw this week. So
What's our plans for Raw though? Because I know I have practice. I have to coach on Monday nights. So what do you want to do in terms of that? Would the people rather have it Monday night late or Tuesday after SmackDown or Wednesday?
Here's what for the next 2 weeks, Raw is going to be a little bit more difficult because I've got classes and stuff. After that, I'm fine to interpretation of late or not. So I can do Tuesdays. If you guys comment below right now, we'll read the comments. And if you guys have any suggestions about the Tuesday, Monday night.
Yeah, we could do Raw and SmackDown in one review after SmackDown on Tuesdays.
Yeah, we could do that. So comment below that real quick, and we'll get to the rest of the comments we saw
All right. Do you have the comments?
Yes, I do. Let me go up to the last comment we had here. Okay, here we go. WWE Boy says Jeff Hardy goes hard, but he needs to be pushed more into storylines and go up against other guys that could be big stars. Agreed. Katana says Jinder is good, but he needs to stop botching. I think Jeff Hardy did more of the botch in that match than Jinder. I don't know. That's just me. Talked about the squash match with the Bludgeon brothers. Ghost Skittle says for a ladder match, it was not that good. Let's see. Rick Bad Boy says Seth Rollins has been on a roll as of late. He's getting his heat back, which is good. WWE Boy says Mitch Finn isn't gay. You know why? Because he's Kathy Kelly.
No, that's not true.
No, we Kathy.
I can't accept it.
We can't accept it. No, just like Ty Dillinger's.
But it's not even like in public eye, so I can't even accept that.
Well, it's like with Ty Dillinger and Peyton Royce.
And you never know though. You never know. Could be a cover.
You never know. That's a pretty good cover. I will say that's a hell of a cover.
It could just be really good friends.
Damn.
Denial.
Katana says AJ versus Shinsuke was boring. Katana says he was at WrestleMania this year.
Was it a good show, Katana?
He said the crowd was dead for AJ and Shinsuke. He was not.
Yeah, I could tell.
So
the crowd was dead for like 2 hours.
After the mixed tag match, it was dead basically. Let's see. Katana says he agrees with us. The casket match was really fun. WWE says Dylan and Mitch, fuck off. It's the Undertaker. Damn it, let the guy do what he wants. But it's a story, and it's the fans. He does it for fans, not. I mean, if you're getting yourself over with wrestling, I don't know what to tell you, man.
At this point, I'm not trying to be selfish by saying I want him to retire, but
I was extremely selfish about the 33 match, but also at the same time, it's like it made the most sense. So, I mean, I don't know. He said that the Saudi Arabia crowd was dead a few times. I mean, that's just kind of.
It was hard to tell.
Sometimes they really popped, and other times I'm like, I don't know. I think it's just because of the crowd itself, like the area that they're in. I don't know.
I think it's because there were so many people there and the weird dynamic of the audio in the stadium. And I also feel like the people are a lot more respectful than American fans.
Oh, for sure. For sure. That's the thing with Japan too. It's like they don't start off getting hot in the match. They like build it up and then they'll get excited. I think that's what this kind of crowd was. WWE Boy says the spear through the cage was badass. I like the spot. I thought that was cool. Just means we're gonna have to get another bloody match. Katana says Roman seriously needs to be booked like Batista or Goldberg. Agreed, because that would put him over. Let's see. Katana says Titus was the best part of the show. Absolutely. Go Skittle. All right, we can't be friends. You say Hornswoggle sucks. Come on, man.
How can you say that?
It's not true. He was the last cruiserweight champion for a long time. Do you not understand that?
He was a midget champion.
Tadpole Splash. And he was in Tag Team Apocalypto too, so I'm going to count that as
Bro, Hornswoggle's not in SmackDown vs. Raw, is he? Because I'd make him my champ.
No, he is. I don't think he's in this version that we're about to do. So, spoilers. Yeah, I would. Okay, you get Hornswoggle, I get Daivaris. But
there's actually in 06, there's actually so many good, like, just awesome jobber wrestlers that I want on my roster.
Really? I can't wait. Can't wait.
And I think we should promote that right now.
Okay. So if you guys remember last year when this channel was doing wrestling, we did do GMO, SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. Mitch did end up picking up the victory, sadly enough. But it was a lot of fun. Vito beat Hulk Hogan in the Royal Rumble. Daivaris became mega champ and general manager of SmackDown, if you will. And just, it was a lot of fun. 25 episodes. This year, we're coming back with GM mode in the summer. I get off of school in 2 weeks, so
that's when we'll start.
That's probably when we'll start. He just told me he's getting Raw this time because he really wants Raw. And yeah, it's the different game. SmackDown versus Raw 06. We're going back 1 year.
And actually, it's funny because Xavier Woods on his channel is doing it versus Mr. Prince Pretty over there.
Yeah.
And Xavier Woods, the funny story that he told was actually that he books Daivaris to lose, but he always wins. And I thought that was hilarious because that exactly Daivaris is the GOAT.
It was so funny because I pointed that out. I'm like, wait, no way. This can't be real. But it's just so ironic, like just the way that we've been dealing with it. But yeah, they're doing it and we're doing it. So you can get both versions. I mean, we're not copycatting. We had the idea before they presented it on film. I just wanted to point that out. But yeah, 06, different year, different game. But I think it'll be a lot of fun with different shows this time around. So stay tuned for that in a couple weeks. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm just going to post the link for the Bottom Line Wrestling channel if you haven't already subscribed. That's where we're going to be doing the stuff in the next, in a couple weeks when we do end up starting. That's where we're going to kick off this wrestling platform. Just so it's wrestling only. So that's where you'll be getting all the wrestling stuff, GM mode, reviews. Hopefully we can do some retro reviews and stuff like that. Just discussion videos about the product itself. I want to do some of those. And rants, of course. So go subscribe over there. I'll post the link right here. You guys can go and subscribe. Anything else to say, Dylan?
Not much. This new channel, I mean, of course, you guys wanted it badly as terms of the 50 likes. So we're here for you guys. Give us some suggestions. If you guys have anything in particular you want us to talk about, we're always here for suggestions. And I'm excited. GM mode was a lot of fun last year, as you can tell. And doing this kind of stuff, I mean, we're giving our insight. That's the thing. We want to give our insight to wrestling, even if we like it or don't, as you heard in this review. Some of it we really didn't like. And I'm back to, like, I was losing my kind of drive for the last couple months in terms of wrestling when we were doing it. So got that drive back. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. We have a lot of new, fresh ideas and just looking forward to doing the reviews with you guys. So thanks for joining us here for the WWE Greatest Royal Rumble reaction and review. If you haven't already, go subscribe to Bottom Line Wrestling or subscribe here to the Bottom Line View if you're an NFL fan and you haven't already. Hit the like button, and we'll see you next time here for another wrestling review. Check out our Raw review and SmackDown review next week. Peace.